What's up, everybody? How you doing? It's your boy, Coach Lee. Happy Monday to you. We 4 days away from the weekend, 2 days away from Turkey Day. If you ready to get down with the gobbler. What's your boy, Coach Lee, man? We're back at it like we're mad at it. Welcome to the Play Call Sheet. As always, exciting show. A lot of stuff to cover for you. The ins, the outs, and the all abouts. But, man, let's get the crew up in here, man, because I can't do it without these guys. Right off the top of the dome coming in. Hot fire. Let's get my man up in here. Meta. Why?
And my stomach empty. Thursday coming. What's going on, dog? The Play Call Sheet. Rolling on another Monday. Hope everybody getting to it. Beginning of the week. You know what I'm saying? Let's get it in. Boss up. Boss up, get paid, man. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to my guy, Rachel, man. But what's going on with you? How you doing, man?
I'm chilling, man. Did a little traveling this weekend. Sick towards the end of the week, but I definitely got it all together in time to go to a very, very wonderful wedding. Shout out to my South Texas family, man. We appreciate the invite. Enjoyed ourselves.
Definitely. Glad you enjoyed. My weekend was wild and crazy. But we here. Make it to another day. You know, everybody, man, remember, man, like, share, and subscribe, man. Click that like, man. Click that share, man. It's free. Subscribe, man. STWF TV on YouTube, man. Holla at the big group, man. Sports Talk with Friends group. A bunch of chatter all day, man. Shout out to the group as well. Hey, Coach, man. What was that? Week 11, man. It was a very, very interesting. The NFL has been interesting this year. Got a lot of parity. That's one thing I'll say. And obviously, we see this in a bunch of sports, but there's a lot of parity, and I'm loving it.
Before we get started, we got to get a man up in here. He's backstage, shoot me the bird, all the good stuff. Let's get my brother up in here, all man.
That. You jailed out.
I'm like, let me find out. I missed a little pregame backstage, and they ain't gonna bring me on. I know they see me.
Oh no! You gotta remember. I've been dealing with a new computer. I usually reel you in, so I can't see you on the bottom of my screen. I feel like computer, and I couldn't bring you in. So that's my apologies, man.
Yeah, I knew it was. I was looking. That's why I started going funny because I knew I'd get Coach. Because I'm like, yo, Coach, I can add myself, but I'm not gonna just slide in like that. I mean. So my introduction, and I know you couldn't see me, so I'm like, yo, it's good, bro. I'm here, man. I'm here. Happy Monday, fellas, man. How we doing?
Happy Monday to you, bro.
Doing good, man.
Sorry, I was a little late. We here though. We here.
Nah, we good. You good, man? No doubt.
So
I swear, I always find like 5 things to do like at 8:20.
and that's how it always works out, bro. So it wouldn't be a play call sheet. We got some topics in, but I'm gonna slide something in real fast.
Oh yeah,
Wouldn't
I
be a
love
play
that.
call sheet without some Dallas Cowboy talk.
What? No, that's not true at all. It's not even kind of true. we have whole playoff versions of this where Cowboys aren't even being mentioned because it's the playoffs.
Hey, Will, but this is Will. This is something that we've been hoping for forever. So we have to open it up like this.
Man.
Drop that.
So we had a bit of some news yesterday that came out, man.
Yeah, I saw this, man.
And I have to say, I was driving, and believe it or not, I stopped and I walked into a Buc-ee's. And as I was walking into a Buc-ee's, let me check my phone. I checked my phone, and I see my brother too. Don't hit me with the text message. Jimmy Johnson is in the place of honor, man.
Absolutely.
I had to call him. That didn't deserve a text. I had to call him.
I can dig it.
Well, man, as a Cowboys fan, man, that is long overdue, man. Jerry finally got us. You know what, out his ass, and man, he finally made it right. I bet that's gonna be the hottest ticket of the year, man.
You were just talking about this like last Monday. This came up where we were talking about that whole situation and Mr. Burns, and you were like, "Yo, he's not gonna put him in until he wins." Well, luckily, this is one of those takes that you were right, honestly, right up until you were wrong.
Right.
But he did, because it looked like that's how it was going to play out. But he did it, man. He finally got the man where he belonged.
I think Coach hasn't clearly lost this yet, because he's been talking about this for a long time. He said maybe the Cowboy curse will be uplifted when this occurs. So that's something for a later drive. You know what I'm saying? Because we still got to progress in this season. But shout out to that. When I seen that, man, I said, "Whoa,
yeah,
Carolina for a game that you should win."
He chose a win too.
And Jerry said, "We know we're going to win. We're not going to make news headlines." So Jerry makes the news headlines again. Typical Jerry style. But in this case with Jimmy Johnson, man, it's great, man. Shout out to him.
Absolutely, man. Two things stood out to me, man. One, it seemed like they were able to put their differences aside from one another to celebrate this moment. And Jerry kind of threw me off when he started talking about 1923. I'm like, okay, Jerry is probably losing it.
Hey, yo, right. You know what's funny? In that moment, it was a split second, and in a split second, you realize why this took so long. Because everybody else would have let Jerry slide, but Jimmy caught him. Jimmy was like, "I hope you mean 2023." He checked
right, exactly. Like, and this is why we ain't together in the first place.
Right now. Precisely why it took this long, because he'll check that man, and he don't like that. So,
but I did know, and one last thing with that whole situation, I know the Cowboys get a lot of slack, Jerry especially, and it's warranted. But just the impact, like they were saying yesterday, you can't tell the story of the Dallas Cowboys. You can't tell the story of NFL without the Jerry and Jimmy partnership at that point in time. And just hearing how, Terry Bradshaw saying how he found out that CBS had lost the bid to Fox, that Jerry was very instrumental in, and just helped, because at that time there was no Fox Sports, but Jerry helped push that through to right now. They, you have to admit, they're the front runner for the NFL games, and I couldn't be happier, man. It's probably gonna be cold as hell, but we probably have to find us a way out there to go out there and tailgate for that, just to be in that vicinity.
It's gonna be nice.
So that's that. So one last thing I got for us. I know y'all saw it, and then we're gonna run through with the great stuff that my man Two-Cat provided for us. But rivalries are rivalries for a reason.
Grand heist.
And I know y'all saw this yesterday after the Bills and Jets game.
This get ready to be one. Better watch out. Better watch out. It might be one. Here they come. Here they go.
Clemens is big, but that's a big motherfucker to be messing with, though.
Yeah. So that there happened after the game yesterday. The Jets kind of got their ass kicked. Byproduct of it is Zach Wilson probably got benched for the rest of the year. But the Bills made it be known that they beat that bleep in huge post game fight. So what do y'all think about that? Because this, especially you, Will, this is in your division.
I don't worry about them bottom feeders.
God.
Nah, look, Lions don't worry about the doings of mice. Yeah, good. Kill each other, not us, because we suck. So y'all have it out. Get players suspended. Maybe we win some games, even though I don't want to win this year because I want to tank. So.
Every reaction that both of these teams had yesterday, especially those two players, equals this rivalry this season. The Bills lost that game to open up Monday night, to open the season. The whole season's kind of been win-loss, kind of 500-ish. And you played this team yesterday at their lowest. And do what you're supposed to do. Chop them up and kind of what we thought they would do when Aaron got hurt. Yeah, man. And the Jets are mad because overall their season's trash, man. And as we roll into what happened in week 11, this is a little introduction, man. Another top draft pick sent to the third string. It's terrible.
Yeah. That's how you're gonna end up feeling when a trash team gets beat by another trash team. You're gonna end up being salty even more than you would if a good team beat you. So, I barely. How's that even? The only reason that's even a rivalry because it's in division, but neither of those teams are really relevant long term. I mean, the Bills had their run when they went to 4 bowls and lost them all, and the Jets ain't been good since the 80s, 70s. Yeah, and even when Parcells, and even then, they didn't win it.
Was Parcells the coach for the butt fumble?
I
was
feel
he
like
already gone? He was already gone by then.
I think he was gone. That was Ryan, I believe. Rexy.
Okay. You're right.
I think Rexy scooped up Sanchez, and he won't.
Shout out to Bobby, my man. What's going on?
Yeah,
Bobby, them LSU Tigers handle business this weekend, man.
LSU Tigers, man. And we're going to talk a little college football later, but are they getting robbed in the BCS standings projectedly? Seen a little thing today that I wasn't happy with in terms of the ranking of LSU, man. So,
don't they have 3 losses, though?
I mean, yeah, but they had a team that jumped over them that shouldn't have jumped over them, I feel.
Okay. What's
going on, man? What's going on, man? One of the faces that run the place. My God, what's going on with you? How you doing, man? Hope all's well.
Hey, also real quick too, man. Shout out to Chris, one of our faithfuls that be on there all the time, man. He laid a friend to rest this past week.
Yeah.
He's definitely having some hard times with it, man. But blessings, send prayers his way, man. He's having a difficult time with it.
Definitely, man. It's crazy, man. No, Vinny. Yeah, definitely crazy when you lose a close one, real close friend.
Yeah.
And I couldn't even imagine what he's going through. But we always gonna have our prayers up for you, Chris. So the inbox always open. You chat with us, daily, man. Shout out to Chris, man. Condolences again.
And Chris, if you're listening, I think I blocked you at one point, and I can't figure out how to unblock you. But there's no drama with you, bro. Holla at you, boy, if you can. With thoughts and prayers, though. We think about you.
So next up, we got NFL Week 11 results. There's a lot of games yesterday. First of all, is this season weird or what? It's like nobody wants to take that step forward to say that we're the dominant team. Yeah, I know Philly's got the best record, but they ain't just been molly-whopping teams like they did last year.
No, they've been sneaking by a few.
Parity's nice. Parity is nice. I love it.
Makes gambling a nightmare.
It's good. It's good, huh? What'd you say?
It makes gambling a nightmare, though. Like,
no, it definitely makes gambling a nightmare, and it kind of revolves to me like it's good to watch, not good to gamble. I've been the last few weeks, you know what I'm saying? I kind of realized with the NFL that they was kind of taking my money. So I said I'm gonna just chill out for the NFL and just enjoy the games. And I've been enjoying the parity. I've been enjoying the last few weeks. Besides week 10, I didn't watch. I watched ladies basketball all day, which was random, but at the same time, I got chopped up and I seen a lot of upsets on that day too. So, in all, the parity's nice. It's good to see teams compete. Bad teams compete, even though they lose. You know the slogan. There's teams that got losing records, teams that got winning records, teams that in the middle. That's sports.
That part.
Yeah. A lot of upsets recently, but I kind of felt like it was just these last couple of weeks. Then I thought about it. There was an upset opening night with the Lions beating the Chiefs. So it's been one of those years.
Yeah, I definitely like the parity of it. Any given Sunday. And I know, we call a little bit of flack because you and I have been on this Detroit bus ride since the end of last season. They had momentum. Yeah. But the way that it's shaking out, unless they just Detroit's, it looks pretty good for them still to compete in the postseason.
Oh yeah,
absolutely. Right now in this division, man, with the other teams kind of in withdrawal mode right now, Detroit Lions, man, are getting checks and they're doing their thing. Great win yesterday. I mean, teams that have had a history of the Lions, you win that game yesterday, it just brings an extra spark to you, And the Bears, unfortunately, lost another one. We've seen them lose one like that last year to the Broncos. Oh, no, was that this year to the Broncos? One time. I think it was this year to the Broncos when they was up big. They lose that game. You can't lose games like that, The Lions did what they had to do, man. Handle business at the crib, man. And hey, the playoff hopes are already kind of booked and sailed. I'm not gonna jinx them, but at the same time, man, they're looking for more now. It's more in this season for them. Yes, and they can achieve that. You know what I'm saying? Let's see what happens.
Yes, you did, Bobby. Since I think they said was it Nixon or they said somebody last was president. It's been a long time. Nixon, man, right?
I think it's Nixon.
Yeah.
and speaking of that, quickly, yesterday, the Bears in that game, the first team in history, first time any team lost in regulation with +3 turnover margin and 40-minute plus time of possession. Teams were 48-0 prior to today's epic collapse. Well, yesterday's epic collapse.
Actually, it wasn't Nixon. It was JFK. Even worse.
Oh, wow. So that game,
60s.
Sad how they lost that.
They're gonna figure it out, man. They're gonna figure it out. I like what Dan Campbell brings to the team, man.
Yeah.
He just, people laugh. I remember when his first press conference he was talking about scratching and biting kneecaps and stuff like that. And people laughed at him. Sound like the team's buying into it.
Well, it's one of those situations that when you first hear that type of approach, we're gonna bite the kneecaps off. When you hear all that, it sounds goofy as hell. But when you see the man every day, and he's the same way, and he's about that life, well, then if he stays consistent like that, you got no choice but to get on board. And then you start winning. Winning is the easiest way to get a message across. Easiest way. Just win.
And the shape up of the divisions too, and the shape up of this division in general. The way, QBs are different. You got Jordan Love with Green Bay. We don't know what the Bears quarterback is going to be long term. And then the Vikings, we see what happened to Kurt. The Lions are ahead of the game right now. And we can say way ahead of the game right now where they can continue to build, even throughout this year, next year. You know what I'm saying? This could be a Lions division for a long time that Barry Sanders and Calvin Johnson want to finally come back. Nah, they're not coming back. But you kill my drift.
It was interesting to see. Everyone thought that they were just going typical Lions direction when they traded away Stafford. And turns out Goff is solid quarterback, and they had something to build around him.
They did. I mean, yeah, that's kind of when they got the head out their ass is when they traded Stafford. That's no disrespect to him. He balled. Yeah. It's just ultimately it has to happen. He's not that, Tom Brady wonder that, this guy is this guy. We got to keep him. You got rid of him at the right time. You got good value back in a QB that was still trying to figure out his career as a top pick, and he wasn't bad. He was just, the Rams are just looking at $100 bills. They don't want $5 bills at that time. He comes back. Now he's a $100 bill, and the Rams are maybe
struggling
220s, but they're struggling. They're under 50. Great out to their win yesterday against the Seahawks. You know what I'm saying? So, in all, Goff got out that situation, and Stafford, unfortunately,
I think everybody won that situation. That trade, everybody won.
All the way around.
Everybody won a little bit.
Rams got the one thing they wanted out of it, which was the ring. They were all in for that ring. They were hoping to be all in for like 2, but they only got the 1, and then now they need to break that up. But yeah, everyone got something out of that.
So a couple of games here that we're going to take a look at real fast. Obviously, the first one off the top of my head was the let's see. The Texans and the Jaguars are set for a Week 12 showdown. The Texans won yesterday, right? They lose.
Texas beat the Arizona Cardinals 21-16.
Mm-hmm. And then Jacksonville. So this is for the division, if I'm not mistaken.
Yep, just for the division right now. We know the Texans beat these guys early in the season. Jacksonville, turned it around from last week, but still not sold on them. The Texans continue to win, and I mean, even in the rookie's case, CJ Stroud, you're gonna have games like you had yesterday. You just remain poised and you continue to win it. And you know what I'm saying? And the team definitely came for him yesterday. When times are hard on that side, the defense comes and they make critical plays. So this is going to be a good, interesting matchup coming in Week 12.
Yep.
People still going to say that the Jaguars, the division is theirs, but did the team knocking on their door? Did we expect it? No, at all. Nobody expected any team in the South to compete with the Jacksonville Jaguars, but now we got a showdown early. This might be a confidence breaker for one of these teams after Sunday. Because right now it's kind of like you already had the game early in the season. This game right here is like kind of like the person has the run and start, to the division, perhaps. So it's gonna be good.
So Bobby says Saints versus Falcons Sunday. Winner is the best in the NFC Trash South. And if I'm not mistaken, I saw where they said Carr is still in concussion protocol after the bye week.
Yes, heard that early as well. He's still concussion protocol. Yes.
So Bobby, how y'all feeling about Jameis rolling out there?
I'm confident. I'll be good with Jameis out there. I'll be good with Jameis out there. Not for the fact that he's gonna go out there and go crazy, but hey, look, should be able to get this team. Should be able to beat this team, man.
I'd say the only upside of Jameis going out there is that it's only against the Falcons. So,
right, exactly. Only thing, man. Hey, man.
Otherwise, you don't really want that man.
Somebody's got to win this, man. Somebody's got to win that game Sunday.
Don't tell Dale that.
Time to eat some W's. I'm gonna eat them W's.
Yeah, it's so weird. I couldn't believe he did that shit.
I'm gonna say Jameis will Jameis. So we saw who was that? Purdy. So obviously they had the 3-game skid. They had the bye, came out of the bye, shellacked Jacksonville. But yesterday, Purdy was perfect yesterday.
Perfect. 158.3 or 4, whatever it is.
So was that hiccup? Is this more of who Purdy is? Or are we still trying to identify his ceiling?
Yeah, go ahead, too.
This is mixed emotion. I just feel like the teams. I feel like whenever they bring these guys back, I feel like when those guys get hurt, like Debo and such and all that, they come back. They play with an extra boat, and you've seen this in the last few weeks. It's the playmakers. You start using Kittle effectively along with Debo, and then Christian McCaffrey, and then you bring Ayuk in the picture. Yeah, man, you still got the identity eyeball on Purdy, but hey. he's not going to struggle forever.
Right.
He's a good QB. At the end of the day, he's going to go out there, he's going to do it. You know, but he's a professional at the end of the day. You're going to have some, you're going to win some, you're going to lose some, but you live to fight another day, man. You know that.
Man, went full Friday.
Win some, you lose some.
Fight
another day. Great.
Classic. Rest in peace, Pops. Yeah, look, he is who we thought he was. Purdy's good, man. Purdy can play. And and there's clearly more evidence of him being good than bad. So that's what we got to go on for now. Until he proves us otherwise. You know what I mean? And you can talk about, he got all this, he got all that. That's fine. You play with what you got.
It is what it is.
Yeah,
it is what it is.
But he got all them guys. Okay, well, until he don't have them guys, that means he's good, right?
That's right.
He got them guys.
That's how they work.
It's a team sport. It's a team sport, man. You know, if you just stay above average, man, you stay good on yourself, man.
Yeah.
They want you to fail.
He's deadly accurate. That's probably the best part of his game. He doesn't have a crazy arm.
His progression is out of this world.
Yeah. He gets through his reads real quick, makes the right decision. He'll check you down to death if he has to, but he don't want to. See, there's some guys who turn into check down Charlies. Well, that's all they gonna do. Unless they have a wide running open guy, they're gonna check down every time. Now he'll check down when he's supposed to, but he actually still wants to take the shots. Like they take shots to Ayuk all day. They took a few shots deep with Kittle. They do the thing. So I love Purdy. I have since he burst onto the scene.
Flowers to him. Now this next story, man, I didn't see this coming, and based on our picks that we had last week, none of us saw this coming. How in the hell did the Giants wax the Commanders like that? Where did that come from?
Yeah. Look, I always say, unless you one of those rare, like the Lions that year, who lost every game, unless you one of those teams, you got a chance any Sunday out. And that's what happened with the Giants. Like they just had a chance, and then they showed up and they played. And also they got Howell to turn the ball over a few times, and that was that. Like Howell's good, but he's not great. He's all right. He's average.
Giants have the same problem the Jets have. Their QB play sucks, but their defense actually has been playing great the last few weeks. Shout out to them. Their second win this season against the Commanders. The reason why I think we gogged on this in terms of the pick'ems is because we believed for some reason that the Commanders were better than the Giants. And I'm telling y'all, Black Friday coming up in a few days. They play Dallas. If they get mollywopped in Dallas, Ron Rivera gone.
He's not gonna make. Yeah. They're gonna go
He's
ahead
gone.
and pull the plug on it now.
He don't lose. I mean, Tommy DeVito had 3 touchdowns. Shout out to that man. Shout out to him. But you know the script. The ball's like you don't lose to him. You know, but at the same time, not the ball. Sorry, you don't lose. You don't lose that. You don't lose that shit for the Commanders. Ron Rivera should be like, you don't lose to him. You don't lose to Tommy. And it's a bad situation for them. I mean, overall, it was going to be a bad season anyway for them. But losing that game yesterday, whatever chances they had, may have gone to smoke yesterday. I don't know what chance they had.
Up in smoke like Cheech and Chong say.
Yeah,
rightfully so, though. Rightfully so.
They ain't some shit. So they're not good. They got a good defense. That's about it, though. They got everything but a quarterback.
Well, they ain't got the D line anymore.
Yeah, well, they did move.
They got rid of 2 guys.
Yeah, that's true. I'm surprised they got rid of both of them. That's weird.
Yeah.
They got rid of Sweat and Young. Like those are 2 high draft picks that at a premium position.
Right.
And what did they get back for? Nothing that was worth it. That's crazy.
I think a third. I think the highest they got is a third. But what's really funny about that is the guy that was on the line that was making all the noise because he said he's tired of losing is the one that didn't get traded.
They were like, you don't want to be here? Okay, we're going to trade everybody but you.
with that comment alone, he might have made them a couple extra dollars. They like, we're gonna keep you at least for now. Get rid of motherfuckers. I don't know why they kept him and took the other two out either. I agree with you guys.
Y'all picked the Eagles tonight, right?
Two picked the Eagles. I picked KC. And we're gonna talk about that too.
It's a good game.
I want to talk about it now.
Yeah, these records were terrible this week. Let's go. Mine's are horrible. I got like 8 records. I think. I don't know.
I got to give my guy his flowers, man.
Who you talking about?
You.
Oh,
two fucking berserk.
What did you get? 2 wrong? Maybe?
You know what your record is for the week so far, too?
What?
12-1.
Yeah.
God damn. God
the only one you missed was Washington.
That's crazy.
2 put his stamp on it this week, man.
Yeah, he did.
He went the F off.
Your boy's in last now. Once again, son of a bitch.
12-1. Will went 7-6.
Ugh.
Jake went 9-4, and I went 8-5.
Ugh. This is terrible.
All right, Will, man, you got a flower.
I want no flowers. I want wins.
Yeah,
when
man,
I saw that last night, I was like, I sure hope he put some money down this weekend.
I picked money. This is the crazy thing about it. This is the crazy thing about it. This is how much the NFL is crazy. Me personally, have not placed $1, but I have somebody that has a prior debt with me that he put. I usually give him, you know what I'm saying, to his debt right now. I give him 2 teams. I'm like, just give me this, whatever. And 2 teams hit yesterday. Good. I was about to give him the Washington pick. I was about to. And I said to myself, I can't do this. I said, I got the Giants defense in one fantasy. I got Saquon Barkley and a couple of weeks.
Yeah.
I said, I got to go Giants in this one, but I didn't take the game. So, yeah, man, cashed out on Miami. Shout out to the Dolphins. And the Texans, man, it was a close game, man. It had me scared for a minute because the Cardinals went up 7-0. I was like, is Kyler Murray going to lead them to the plus 200? But nah, shout out to them, man. I couldn't bet on all the games yesterday because that's just my reality. I'll probably lose, but try to go slow with it. I should have bet all those games yesterday. God damn, man. Christmas would have been all set, man.
Yeah.
But let's try it again this week, man. Nah, see, that's that bullshit.
That's how they get you. That's how they get you.
That's fucking wild.
So, speaking of wild and betting implications, so we saw Joe Burrow got ruled out for the season. But now the NFL investigating how I guess they didn't report his probable injury. They said they have video and pictures of him with their wrist taped up before the game.
Yeah,
he wasn't on the injury report.
Like a full brace, like almost a brace on when he got off the bus. Yeah, they got the pictures of that. So that's if they have to report that and they didn't, yeah, that's a bad look.
Potential loss of a pick, fines.
Yeah.
So it's not that crazy. I mean, drop pick is somewhat crazy, definitely if you need it. But
I mean, they old line need it.
It's crazy that whole thing just came up to light, man. And this is the thing, man. You got your franchise quarterback, you pay him this guap, and I say it sometimes. You pay them, and then when they're hurt, oh, you're not really that hurt, so you're gonna go play. Dude, he's your franchise quarterback. You know
Baker
what I'm saying?
Mayfield.
And it's just like, damn, you do that, and then he goes in there, and then a freak accident, and then he's messed up, done for the season. Terrible.
He couldn't throw a football. He couldn't grip it
At all, right?
Yeah, he was on the sideline trying to throw it, and it was just falling out of his hand. So yeah,
is it wrong or is it too early or right on time to say that he's perhaps injury prone?
It depends on how you want to view this. If you're going to count the first one, then yeah, you could say it. But the first real injury was a terrible lineman pushing a guy literally into his leg,
right,
tearing his ACL. That's the first injury. Then after that, it's been little shit here and there. It hasn't been like major stuff. This is like in my opinion, this is the first real major injury that you could point to as injury prone. Because like I said, the first one was crazy fluke. Like my
man better start eating some more veggies, man. My man better start drinking some protein.
Not if Ocho Cinco has something to say about it. McDonald's.
Yeah, man. And wow. Man, you just can't continue to have your QB in situations like this, man. It sucks for them.
Mahomes threw a pick in the
What
end
just
zone.
happened?
Mahomes
Did it
threw a
really?
pick in the end zone.
In the end zone, he about to score and he threw a pick. Crazy.
That's our quarterback. Eagles, Chiefs, everybody. Super Bowl rematch tonight, man. Tune in, man. If you are, tune in to us at the same time, man. You know what I'm saying? Technology's a motherfucker because y'all can do both. So
I be watching games during the podcast, man.
do that and that, man. Game 7-7 right now. Going into this, Cowboys fans are watching the game just like this. That's how we watching the game tonight. Need them to bounce off there. Early statistics, man. Both QBs have threw a pick. So even that department,
Really?
y'all just look for the touchdown. And
So Hurts is on the pick tonight as well?
Yes. He's right now 3 of 5 for 39 yards and a pick. Patrick Mahomes, 7 for 9, 53 yards, a touchdown, and a pick.
Hey, you see that, Eagle fans? Y'all's ready to crown them already.
Who?
Eagle fans.
Crowded who?
Hurts.
Man, y'all was crowded him too. Don't do that.
Nah, I wasn't.
Yes, sir, man.
I remember. Nah. Hey, I'll bring up. He got his spot took in the national championship game.
But I think I remember bringing up top 5 quarterbacks. Y'all had him up there, and I was like, nah, he's overrated. Last year, anyway. But
Last year he had a good season, but I wasn't buying that he was going to be coming here to repeat. He had a hell of a season last year.
That's tough to redo that. Yeah,
fellas, man. The elephant in the room is the elephant in the room, man. And we talked about this last week. Deshaun Watson out for the rest of the season. The Browns have to go to a backup QB, and crazy thing is they signed Joe Flacco to their practice squad. Now I think he's on the active roster.
Did they really?
Yeah.
Dorian Thompson was the QB yesterday for the Browns in a miraculous fashion. Was able to be the winning quarterback yesterday on the Browns side as they defeated the Pittsburgh Steelers in a shitty ass game, but for supremacy, and moving up in that division, it was a big game for both teams. We see Pittsburgh outgained by every team in the NFL coming to the game yesterday 6-3 and lay a fucking egg according to the better spread. You know what I'm saying? They should have never won that game, but they didn't do nothing to win the game per usual. Offense fucking stinks. I don't know what type of shit they're doing. They have too many skilled athletes in Pittsburgh for them to be pulling up this fucking shit. Riley, you want to blame the OC? You want to blame the quarterback? Both of their times may be done. Browns team hobbled. Make a couple extra plays to win the game. And Najee Harris, man, who's basically got his position taken.
Basically.
By Warren, right?
Warren, yeah.
Right. Talking about he's tired of this shit. Well, what you gonna do to change the shit?
Be a bum.
What's gonna happen to change the shit here in Pittsburgh? Because we didn't think Pittsburgh would be record-wise what they are right now, but you are. And you have a chance to clank something, and you're not doing it. Maybe you should go Buffalo Bill and kind of fire the OC. But then there's people saying that, why would you do that? This is going to mess up everything. Y'all shouldn't be this good anyway. But at the same time, it's like you're going to continue to let it happen. You're going to continue to let George Pickens not do shit and get the ball, your best fucking skill player. Like, that is crazy.
5-4.
Oh. Pickett. Might as well bring Mr. Trubisky in. At least he's going to try to grow you some action, But shout out to the Browns, man. Shout out to the Browns who all this. That defense went out there yesterday, continued to play stellar, got the little plays that they needed. And it's just about them continuing to believe. And they have to believe in this rookie QB if he's going to continue to be the starter the rest of the season.
They're heavily invested. He should probably start the rest of the year, just see what happens. They need to move on from Canada and probably Tomlin. Honestly.
It's going to be the Tomlin card is going to always be the tough cookie. The Canada one can easily be scratched. I didn't say the Tomlin one because it's just something like, and obviously you're dealing with something kind of that situation right now with Bill Belichick. Like it's like it shouldn't be hard if a coach is underperforming, but with those two coaches, it's like damn, it's hard.
Well, ingrained in the culture there.
With Tomlin, it's even harder because that's how the Rooneys are.
They're loyal.
They're loyal as hell. They've had 3 coaches for the last 70 years.
Yes.
So, like, yeah, they like that. They don't like to move on. They like staying loyal to their guy, but it might be that time. Like, and people will point out, oh, they got winning records. Yeah, but they've plateaued. They're not going anywhere. They're not getting better.
The only thing I don't like about the Tomlin situation is I think he probably should have been more vocal. It kind of set him up for failure to the point that where he's at right now. Big Ben was about 2 or 3 years past when he should have been there.
Yeah.
And I get it. He won them 2 Super Bowls. He was a franchise quarterback, but they should have been more willing to bring his successor in there and start to groom him. Versus he leaves, really didn't have a plan, and then you kind of forced to take a quarterback, and why you got picking now.
Yeah, he also maybe some of those last couple years with Ben, they won more games than they should have.
Yeah.
And that made it hard to draft somebody. What can you do?
True.
Crazy as hell. Hey, side note, in the Sunday night game last night, after that game has been a suspension given to safety Kareem Jackson of the Broncos.
He lit him
again, a felon when it comes to hits. A hit on quarterback Josh Dobbs yesterday during that game. You're giving them 4 games. They're gonna miss the hard hitting, man, but you can't be doing this crazy shit in the league, man. They're gonna draw you down for it. And like you said, man, you got a rap sheet. So when you got that rap sheet, it's easy for them to pick on you. But let's ride, Russ. Let's ride.
However,
I think difference that team, man, that's gonna try to spark. They can be playing the last few weeks for a playoff spot, and it's crazy that we're saying it because I think it's gonna happen.
Considering the way it started.
They got a quarterback and a coach that's smarter than 2 teams in their division. The West can get 2 teams if they ball out. They're not gonna beat matter of fact, they split with the Chiefs. I think depending on the schedule, depending on how they react to the winning, this could be a team that not scary in the playoffs. Not saying that they can get in the playoffs. Interested in this push. Sierra in the media. Russ is playing football right now. She's leaving him alone.
Yeah, it has been quiet around the home front.
When it's quiet around the home frame, gotta worry about all this stuff.
Just play ball.
Sierra's taking it that, okay, we're in Denver right now. We're not where I wanted to be. We're in Denver, though. You my man. Like a woman should, man. Name it. But shout out to the Denver Broncos. I had to get that in, man, because that's something that we needed to let known that Russ still got the Bronco rolling. The Bronco is rolling head, guys.
He's been doing it all year.
Yeah, definitely has.
They just haven't been winning the whole time, but he's been playing.
Oh. Last but not least, the situation in LA. Not with the Rams, because they've been through their little situation and they're dealing with it. Talk about the goddamn Chargers, who's had a problem, and I think the media and people, give them slack because of their QB. But fuck that. There's no more slack at the QB. There's no more slack at the coach. Well, the coach is not getting no slack. He's getting handled all over the airwaves today. They lose another game, 1 possession game. They lose to the Packers 2023 yesterday. I don't care if you got a top 5 QB. This shit ain't working out. This team ain't meshing. And Staley's supposed to be a defensive guy. Defense is trash. Highest payroll in the NFL.
Done.
Trash.
Yeah, and he was getting bitchy with the media. You can stop asking that question. I've already told you I'm going to be calling defensive play. Like, we asking facetiously because the truth is you suck, and we're trying to figure out why. Like, that dude's
let
dumb,
let them do their job, but he know he's done. He know he's a dead man walking. Bobby says, does Russ stay in Denver with the winning ways, or will Sean bring in someone new regardless of the season?
Oh, no, the easiest way for him to get fired quick is to try a new quarterback. It took you, what, a year, like some change to get this going with Russ. It's starting to look like it's working. Not a year, but like this year. Starting to look like it's finally working. Nah, you to go to a whole new quarterback, that's a mistake.
2 steps back.
Yeah, I don't understand. That's not the logic that they got to ride with.
Now I can see them taking a late rounder and stashing them to see what can come out,
Like a Hendon Hooker situation, yeah, maybe like that.
Yeah.
Definitely could.
Because
that's
Russ contract, you still stuck with that contract for like another 2 years, I think.
Yeah, we looked at it. Next year, getting out of it will still be ugly, but the year after that, not as bad.
Yeah, so you married that to hit for at least 2 more seasons.
Yeah, you broke it, you buy it. Like that's what's on y'all.
Yeah, that's true.
NFL wind up, man. In other news too, Cowboys win, but it don't matter though. I told myself I can't be paying attention to these games where I feel like they definitely should dominate. It's not the Arizona Cardinals. I kind of overlooked them. But any of these other teams that would be in that's whack, we should beat them. We got a Thanksgiving turkey game against Commanders, which I'll be serious about just because of the Thanksgiving game against Commanders. And I want this to be Ron Rivera's last fucking game on the sideline. So I'll be pretty interested to watch how it plays out. As we mentioned earlier, the Rams beat the Seahawks again. Seahawks, man. I said this, man. I was gonna keep it to myself, but I'm gonna bring it to the show to get a laugh. Don't they wish they had Rush right now?
Damn.
Talk about. You want to know? You want to know how I know they don't wish that? Because it took you till week 10 to be able to make that joke.
Nah. And all the Seahawks record-wise was looking high, but now you're getting to hit what they were last year towards the end. You're getting it now. But yeah, you're right, man. Though, but hey, Russ was gonna break out the slump. I knew he would break it out, and we already know how we feel about Geno Smith. How I feel, at least, and I still feel the same way today. Though he might have upped in the lunch from $250. You know what I'm saying? But
they're letting this criminal play basketball, and he's killing us right now.
Oh, Miles Bridges. Going to work. Hey, fellas, man, y'all want to take our first break?
Yeah, man.
Absolutely, bro.
15 to 20, man. Get y'all Jerry Juice, man. Come back, man. We still got some hot heat, man, on the Playcall sheet.
Stay right here.
What's up, world? Kyrie Robinson, man. New Orleans Saints veteran. Hey, man, make sure you guys go check out my guy, man, STWF, the media, man. Check them guys out. Y'all want to get sports talks with players, with fans, anything like that, man, go check them guys out, man. That's the place to be if you want to talk sports. Who that nation?
Shout out to Kyrie, man.
Welcome back to the Playcall sheet.
He be talking hellish shit in the Madden room. They all do crazy in there.
Yeah, that shit be going on all times of the night.
Shout out to the Madden room. I think they still taking applications, man. If you want to fill in some teams, man. So join the Sports Talk with Friends gaming group. Get it rolling, man. If you like some Madden, like some hardcore online sports, we got the best of them in here. So sign up. Let us know if you want to, man. You can hit either 3 of us up, and we'll lead you to the yellow brick road.
Yep. Oh, Tatum got fouled on a 3. 5 seconds left. He got to make all these.
Next up, too, we got the college football rankings.
Yes, we have the college football rankings. Before we get there, we just got a couple side notes. Jim Harbaugh accepted his suspension. He's not going to try to overturn it.
Really?
Which I think is smart. I just think he couldn't beat it. They wasn't letting it happen.
God, they was
They
still
wasn't gonna
looking. He needs to just say, sit down, take what they give me, leave it alone before they find more stuff.
Yo, it's like rarely, like 2 times in the season you get booked. God damn, man. The man, right? And unfortunately, for Florida State, their title aspirations probably took a turn on Saturday as they started QB. Jordan Travis. Gruesome injury during Saturday's game against a D2 school, like those non-conference games, like. And we was talking about last week about a team playing a non-conference team is like, what the hell are you doing this? But we was talking about for the reason of being smacked down. But in this case, your star QB gets hurt, and
he's done because
he's done for the season. Yeah, he actually is done for his college career. He said he's not playing college football no more.
See, and so for all the people who like to talk about what quarterbacks are going to do, and everybody saying, well, we don't even know. Ewers is going to go back to Texas, and Caleb might go back to Texas if you don't like the team. I mean, might go back to USC if you don't like the teams that are going to pick them. And Shador is going to stay at the – look, they all got eyes. When they see an injury like that, yeah, that tune changes a little bit.
That tune changes a little bit. But you mentioned Shador. And Shador's tune is going to change for another reason. It's because after a mini hot start in Boulder – Colorado this year it's all what we knew, kind of. It's a building block and all to try to grow, not throwing no shots at these guys, but it's a humbling experience, for Dion. We know Dion, we knew Dion forever. We kind of pit him as a winner. He's a true winner. You really never see him lose, in a sense. So in terms of the humble pie and getting into this is not the big boy leagues, but this is close to it. And you just had your server in humble pie this year. You're gonna get back to the drawing board, hopefully. And this is the thing I'll say about coaches, because I coached a little bit, in my heyday, and I just try to do a little bit now. And I had a little bit of my humble pie, coming back last year from a hiatus. That the game's different. Or in Dion's case this time, you got to coach. For years, I think Dion's been getting away with, in my eyes, just being Dion. And the attraction that you get from that. Players, all that. But now you're in the league, you're not in the SEC. They getting the top of the top. You're in the Pac-12. And I feel like you actually have to coach. There was some games you see here, Dion wasn't coaching. Dion was just sitting there with his head back on, going back and forth, whatever the case is. Some people like those type of coaches. But ultimately, you're going to have to coach. You're going to have to coach your team. And that's what I feel about the season overall recap for them. And, to kind of be better on offense. But other than that, man, I took for it.
I just think the talent gap caught up. And, yeah, he's going to have to coach a little more. But, yeah, I just think it's the first year in this new setting. And it started off well. But it was never going to be like an undefeated season or something.
My man, Unc Ant, my man, Unc was Ant put a post up the other day, and I commented. I said, "I am swag, I am whack." But I'm just playing though, because I know Unc will get a laugh from me, man. But man, Unc's not. I don't think Unc was joking because he wants him to fail. Nobody wants Dion to fail. It was just more just like Unc's, broad in HBCUs, man, and he took offense to, Dion saying that. But I feel why he did, man, because that's blood, man. Once you're in the fraternity, something like that,
right.
You hear somebody talking about him down the street, you running down the street. So no, man, but that's some news around the college football world, man. But we had some interesting games. That Florida Missouri game was a fire one. That was a fire game. I thought Florida was going to take that, and Missouri brought them in. But, hey, we got BCS standards coming out tomorrow, and this is what the world, according to the NCAA, think they will look like in terms of the projections. So, we'll go do the top 10 briefly. Threw in number 10, Louisville. Beat Miami by a touchdown. That was an interesting game, too, the other day to start off the college football day with those two teams. Miami, had their QB, took him out this season, Zach Wilson, brought him back into the lineup after the QB gets hurt. different situation, but they had a chance to win that game. Number 9, Missouri, 9-2, beat Florida. Like I said, it was a great game, man. Missouri, man, moving up, man. Shout out to their success this season. For real, for real. Alabama at number 8. Still trying to stay in that race, man. You know what I'm saying? The SEC championship is going to tell a lot of things. Or will it? Will Alabama sneak their way to the BCS? Guys, will they sneak their way in?
No.
Alabama,
No.
nah. It's too many teams in front of them.
Got here, and this is a team that I feel like from the other team's strength of schedules and all that stuff, and their one loss, it's kind of over for them, but I wish it wasn't. And that's Texas. In my eyes.
Yeah.
Maybe not,
Oklahoma.
because you got quarterback that's got hurt. You still got Washington, still got to go through the Pac-12 championship game. You know, so it's interesting. This is an interesting setting for them right now. Because potentially you can win your conference tournament. Yeah, definitely. You need some help. Indeed. And one of the teams that you need help from is the number 6 team, and that's Oregon. And
they say the best one-loss team.
But yeah, that's a team right there, man. Scary, man. Looks like they're gonna be running again against Washington. That's gonna be must-see TV right there. For real. Number 5, Florida, and they kind of took them out themselves, man. They probably just going to do Florida State a favor and say, hey, now you got to play your way back in. But struggled early against North Alabama, too, and that was the crazy thing before they was able to win that game. And then they lose the starting QB. Terrible thing to do. Terrible thing to happen. Washington at number 4, man. Just continue to win games. 11-0.
Penix doing work.
They beat Oregon State, man. They beat another ranked team. That Pac-12, you know, amongst the top, man. They got a lot of ranked teams. Washington just keeps on prevailing, man. Number 3, Michigan. Number 3. Cut it close against Maryland. Hey, man, you expect them at some point to have a close game because, you know, they're going through some shit, though. Don't they? They're going to go out there and perform. They're going through some shit right now. It kind of could break them, but I don't think it will.
Well, to be fair, it's self-inflicted as a program, but for the players, it's not.
Nah.
It's true.
Yeah, I mean, no. It could hit the players, though. You see, hold on. You see,
I'm saying they didn't do it. The players didn't do
it.
But it still affects them. So
the players are going that, and the players are getting the worst out of it right now because they don't have their head coach.
They're the only ones with nothing to do with it, and now they got to deal with all this shit. So
you know what I'm saying? Right. Definitely. So it's definitely tough. Number 2, and this is gonna be interesting because they play in a few weeks. Ohio State dominated Minnesota. Just remember, a few weeks back, it was reversed. Michigan smacked the team up. And Ohio State struggled with a team, and it was kind of flip-flop there. Now it's kind of like the college rankings is giving Ohio State their chat now and throwing Michigan down. And then the number 1 team, the Georgia Bulldogs. Doesn't seem like anybody going to beat them, but hey, man, any given Saturday, in this case, coming in the holidays, Saturday, Monday, whatever they play the national championship game, maybe they'll lose, but it don't seem like they're going to, man. Beat Tennessee in a game that, you know, wasn't even fair, man. It wasn't even fair.
I want to call something out real fast.
Go ahead.
If Michigan loses badly to Ohio State, I can see them dropping out of the top 10 altogether.
Oh, no.
Just
they win something like that. And I can agree with you. They'll drop crazy. Where there's no chance for them to get back up there. Definitely. This is what they want to do. And this is the little sign this is a little signal that they gave this week to Michigan by throwing them down at number 3. Yeah, they cut it down close against Maryland. But be real, Maryland got a lot of guys on their team that are guys that have been there for years. So they kind of know how to play. They're not overall good, but they know how to play against teams like Michigan. They know how to play. They've had some games this year against teams.
There, right?
Huh? Tua, yeah. Tamalolo.
Maryland.
Yeah, they got a little crew. They got a little offense over there. So at the end of the day, it's more this the NCAA trying to stick it to them and hoping they lose so they can really stick it to them. But we'll see what happens. Let's see if Michigan can overcome it like they've been doing.
Well, I mean, you got Washington and Florida both undefeated. Florida State both undefeated. So Michigan, they don't even got to get blown out, and they're out of the top 5. If they lose that game, they're out of the top 5 just because it's 2 other teams who are undefeated. But now, if all those teams lose and Michigan barely loses, I'm fascinated then on how it plays out. Because then who gets in?
Decision to make.
You got a lot of decisions to make. Because you got so let's say Washington loses a game and Florida State loses a game. Oregon 10-1, Texas 10-1. You'll have like 5 or 6 teams 10-1. That is a nightmare for the committee.
And then I just feel like I didn't know. Then it plays good for Texas now because it plays good for Texas. The only thing is like Oregon, Washington. It's tough though because, like I said, they run into a Gartland rank rise in that Pac-12. It'll be interesting. Texas can still get in. You know what I'm saying? Because you got Washington and Oregon and still got to play each other in the year. You got Ohio State, Washington still. I mean, Ohio State, Michigan still got to play at the end of the year. You got Alabama. With Alabama's 8.
Yeah.
Georgia potentially, like that.
Yeah.
Potentially. So yeah, this could be Shake Up City up there. I think after 8, and you know me, I was a clown when we was going through these a couple weeks ago that I don't even want to mention the 11, 12, 13. No chance. But after 8 right here, it kind of is closed. I feel it's closed. After 8, all 8 of those, the first 8 teams have a chance right now. Mathematically, it may not work that way, but it could happen.
Ole Miss got some at 12. They shouldn't be relevant, but I don't know. And when we talked about LSU earlier, they're 14th right now at 8-3. It's an SEC schedule, but that's 3 losses. I don't know if they can climb back in.
Right.
But yeah, like I said, if Michigan loses, I kind of want Michigan to lose just to see how fun it'll be in terms of who goes where. I do think if Michigan loses, even if they don't lose big, they're going to be out the conversation because of their whole situation. I think the committee will just be like, well, their coach isn't even going to be there, so let's not put this team on the big stage.
Yep.
I think they got that working against them, as they probably should.
I got another narrative for you.
Let's hear it.
Say like, what we said earlier, say Alabama comes in and they beat Georgia. These other teams have hiccups along the way. Would you be surprised to see Alabama possibly back in the top 4?
No. Listen. This is the second different. This is your second different version of trying to get Alabama into the top 4. Why? We had enough as a collective.
I'm right there with you, but I'm just thinking because they're going to look at, the whole legacy. Alabama travels well, all that crap. I'm tired of Alabama myself.
Yeah, let's just wish the worst, and let's not hope that they're in the conversation.
Real thing.
What if they got in and won? I'd be so annoyed.
If they got in and won, Nick Saban is going to wear a shirt that has all the coaches on the shirt that says "I told y'all so." I don't know what, but he told y'all so. He gonna be like, "Fuck NIL." He go back for that shirt. Fuck NIL. You know what I'm saying?
The thing is, if he wins, it hurts his case against NIL. Because his point was it's gonna create a weird balance. But if you still winning with or without it, then it really got nothing to do.
Yeah, be quiet. Let your kid make money.
Yeah. Let your bitch ass up and keep winning games.
Or tell those recruits hey, we
football green.
We can still win. We can still win, man. College football, man. Interesting. Turkey football, man, as we call it. It's gonna be a lot of turkey football, man, in the next few days. Rivalry games and all that stuff. Coach. Rivalry, who's Louisville's rivalry? They play a rivalry game. Have they played it already, or?
Yeah, they lost. It was against they lost to DeSoto, which is 7 minutes from here.
Okay.
So where we're at, you have going into that game, Duncanville was ranked number 7. DeSoto was ranked number 10 in the nation, and then you've got Cedar Hill, obviously where I live at now, and you got Sauk and I'm gonna say Lancaster. A lot of people, you ain't from it, you say Lancaster, but you from it, you say Lancaster. All that right there is just a hot bit of talent. And a lot of these kids been knowing each other since Pee Wee ball. So Right now, playoffs have already started. Round 3 is coming up. DeSoto is handling business. Cedar Hill, which started slow because they didn't have their quarterback to start the season, but since he's been back, they've been ramshacking people. And Dunkerville shellacked somebody Saturday. They beat them like 64-10 or something like that. So it's looking good. It's looking good.
Looking gravy over here. Hey man, we're in the midst of all playoff, aka Super Bowls here in Massachusetts, man. Shout out to all the teams participating. That's why I asked you, man. You know, and shout out to my local team, the Brighton Bengals.
Let's get it.
You know, shout out to the Brighton Bengals. You know, playing in the Boston City Championship game tomorrow at 5:00 at Fenway. They're playing Tech Boston. You know, tickets are $20 if you want to go down there and watch the game. You know, going there, you know, they're trying to make a market off these young kids in the bean. $20 though, man. If you got $20, man, go watch, support, you know, both high school teams getting it in, man. Unfortunately, Brighton did not make any of the Super Bowls that's going to be going on over the course of the next couple weeks.
So y'all, so it's the semifinal or the finals right now?
So basically, the end here, I think it's the finals. So I think all finals here at Gillette Stadium. I think they start next week.
Damn. When did y'all start y'all season?
I don't know.
September.
We ain't as serious about football as y'all, so
September.
I think we have like 3 or 4 more weeks of playoff games.
Yeah, well, you guys might actually send people to the NFL, so you gotta play longer.
It's confusing here because basically some teams have playoff games, Super Bowl games, and then there's still high school teams playing. Like there's a couple rivalry games coming up. Like, yeah, so it's kind of like confusing here in Massachusetts around this time. Because you have teams playing for the championships basically, but then you have some teams like my local school I was raised at, they're playing their city championship game. The city championship game, I believe, would be played before any like playoff game. But like I said, it's confusing up here. And like Will said, man, may not be as much pros as it over here.
We ball though. We work hard. I remember when the coach of the Brighton High team is Coach Abraham, and he was a gym teacher when I was at the school. And I remember the year before he became the head coach, he was just an assistant coach, and we had lost every single game of that season. And I told Coach, I was like, yo, I see the way you coaching these kids and the way they respond to you. The minute you become coach, y'all going to become winners. I believe that. And sure enough, the next year they didn't lose a game, went to the bowl, won it all. So, you know, we got a good coach, Coach Abraham, doing his thing. And shout out to my program, Brighton High.
That was, man, part 1 of season 2, man. Part 1 of season hitting up. You know, you got your teams representing nationals in Florida. You know what I'm saying? Nationals is coming up. I believe it's from the 1st to the 9th. Shout out to a couple local teams around Wildmat, man. Shout out to, you know, you got teams from Mattapan participating. You got team from Lynn over here participating. You know, shout out to them teams over there. You got a team from Lawrence, you know what I'm saying, going to nationals. You know, you got a couple of teams going to nationals. It's dope, man. You know, hopefully, you know, you guys get the proper donations and the amount of donation that you need to go down there to your team. If you see anybody posting, you know what I'm saying, that child trying to get the nationals or something, and you got a nifty $1 to spare, man, you know, spare it. You know what I'm saying? It could help in a lot of ways, you know, achieve these kids' goals, man. A lot of these kids don't even get out at all from their cities, you know, so it's great when, you know, you win something, you got a chance to, you know, go better yourselves against better competition, you know, to be able to get there. So, you know, I see all the cheerleading teams too, man. All the cheer teams going to nationals, and then all the Part 1 kids going to nationals. Donate to these kids, man. You know what I'm saying? And then you follow my page, man. I got a couple of teams that I have links for. And, you know, like I said, man, any amount is important.
Go Bengals.
Go Bengals. Basketball season coming up too, man. Woo! It's going to be crazy, man.
That's when we really do our work usually. But actually, for Brighton High, the sport we did best in was probably baseball. We was in the ship like every year.
Yeah, baseball crazy. It was crazy.
Yeah, ship every year. It felt like I was crazy.
Either them or English.
Yeah, right. So many Puerto Rican and Dominicans just killing it on the team. They nice, bro. They nice. I remember I wanted to play baseball, and I went to one of the trials. I was like, yeah, I'm good. He's couldn't speak no English, throwing heat. I was like, yeah, I can't even see that ball. I was like, what am I supposed to do with that? Like, nice. Shout out to the Bengals, man. My high school was like Tuke's backyard. His project looked like it's connected to my school.
Shout out to all schools. Shout out to Dunkerville. Shout out to Brighton. Again, salute your football team, man. Football team's getting to that point, man. Go support them, man.
Tuke, what high school did you didn't go to Brighton? So what high school did you go to?
See, man, I moved around, man. Short story about me, man. I messed up one year in school. I told myself, man, I wanted to graduate, at the proper time. I didn't want to be in the classroom with kids younger than me. So I went to alternative school, man. You know what I'm saying? They was able to have likes of basketball. I didn't get to play football, fortunately. I wish I would have played football because I don't get dope. But got to play some years of basketball where, you know what I'm saying, it was a ring for me. But no, man, I was able to graduate, you know what I'm saying, with my class. And that was it. For me, man, it was a school, Weston House, man, getting my work done, man. And that's kind of what changed. That kind of one of the situations that changed me, as, it kind of turned me into an adult quick when I got held back, because I'm just like, you're behind the 8 ball.
Yeah.
You're like, shit, you don't experience, when you experience that as a kid, you're like, damn. Some people don't experience shit like that until they become an adult.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So that in itself, kind of strong in myself.
Same with me.
But you know me, man. I was near Brighton, man. You go to Brighton High every day. It's like I went to Brighton High because I knew everybody.
That's the other thing. Every time I get out of
coaches,
I get out of school, you be on the side. He was right there. I was like, I never see this motherfucker in school. I know he's not in the school. He's always there.
Hey, my athlete, you go to Brighton High, dope.
You, Shay, Ike used to be out there. I'd be like, yo, a whole bunch of you motherfuckers out here, and none of y'all go here.
You know why we out there?
Trying to steal my bitches. Cut that out.
Oh man, hey man, play call sheet out here, man. Hey, they said this is a Super Bowl rematch over here, and I'm gonna be real with you right now. I'm gonna talk some shit over here. I think none of these teams make the Super Bowl this year, so y'all better enjoy this Super Bowl night as KC's up at halftime, 7-17.
And it could be worse than this.
Yeah, it could.
Could be worse that Patty didn't throw that pick in the end zone.
Patty threw an end zone pick. And also, like, when you look at the play, it's just a bad throw. I don't know how he didn't see Bird there. And yeah, it was just a bad throw.
Kelsey about to get laid tonight. Got a touchdown reception. You know what I'm saying? You know who's in the stands. But guess who else? Let me get a quick shout out, man. Simone Biles trying to. Hey, I see you, Simone. Man. I see you, Simone. Support your man. He may not be Kelsey, but he a pro, man. You know what I'm saying? So keep showing your love to your man. The Cheeheads is gonna love you. They don't have Aaron no more, and Love's becoming that guy. So Simone Biles, you can be that woman in Green Bay.
Unfortunately, we value pop stars more than the elite.
It's crazy, man.
Elite Olympic athletes, and also she's dating basically a backup. So it's gonna happen like that. Shout out to both of them. Though. I wish for them to be happy and prosper. What's crazy about that couple is they could stop today and they're not even over 30, either of them, and set for life, both of them. Don't have to do another thing ever again.
Yeah, because Biles, she's only like 25 or something like that.
She's a baby still. It's just that when you're in gymnastics, your age limit in gymnastics starts at like 14. So by the time you hit 25, that's a whole ass career in sports.
This is me picking Simone up.
Throw it around, Trouble.
So that would be a whole bunch. Man, listen here, man. Talk about stretch.
Hey, you got back there like Easter behind you. What's going on with them baskets?
Oh yeah, got some holiday. It's a holiday season, everybody, man. You know what I'm saying? Got some holiday baskets. You know what I'm saying? If you want your holiday basket, if you want your holiday basket, holler at me. You know what I'm saying? We over here. We festive today. You know what I'm saying? Try to make the area a little festive. You know what I'm saying? Holidays is coming. I put my tree up soon.
Get a basket with some candy and Nick and some backwoods.
Yep. Hell yeah. I'm gonna take the backwards out and leave everything else in that shit.
You know, as I said that, I realized like there's a whole population that doesn't even know what a Nick is. That's bad. I remember those days.
Hey yo, and shout out to I can't show the bottle, but shout out to this lovely bid. They don't pay us enough. So they ain't gonna pay us, so I ain't gonna shout y'all out. But the bid good.
He said I ain't gonna shout y'all out though.
But hey, fellas, man, you know what time it is, man. You know, at this type of time, you know, the NFL just about over. And you know, we couldn't get out of here tonight without rankings.
Rankings? Talk about rankings?
Sheldon? Rankings?
Show me where you rank, little mamas. Show me where you rank, man. So rankings going into week 12, and hey, I gotta this list this week's kind of weird, man. So I gotta find out who the 10.
It is a little weird looking list.
Oh yeah,
it is a weird looking list this week. We're gonna get through this, fellas. I got it.
I'm gonna pull it up too. Wait, where is it though? Power rankings, right? That's what we're doing?
Yes, sir. So we got the top 10 rankings for the week. It was, like I said, it was an interesting week, man. The parity's only getting better. Number 10 until they're not number 10. Last week at 7, and that's the Seattle Seahawks. Devastating loss down the stretch, man, to a division foe. But crazy for you, they did not have you guys winning that game. The bettors did not have the game winning for you yesterday. So it's kind of a reason for you guys to stay in the top 10. But defensively, making adjustments, improvements, the offense kind of stalled itself out yesterday. Kenneth Walker got hurt yesterday in that game.
Yeah, he's carrying my fantasy team, so I'm screwed now.
Yeah.
And the Rams, I'm going to say officially, Geno Skid is scared to play the Rams. He got hurt yesterday during the game, too. You remember week 1 when he was basically screaming when Aaron Donald was coming after him?
I would, too. That's a dangerous human being.
Hey, I want to interject something real fast.
Yeah.
So, it's been reported that A.J. Brown is upset on the sideline. He's frustrated because of the way they're struggling. Remember a couple of weeks ago when it was, they just friends, you know, they having a little bit of a dust up and stuff like that. That's 2 times in the last 4 to 5 weeks. As a Cowboy fan, I love it.
I don't think it shouldn't mean much though. I argue with Took all the time. We still right here. That's my brother.
Yeah, man. I just feel like right now I like AJ and all that, but you got to continue to let this team grow. They have other guys. Sometimes it's just not your week. I can understand your frustration, though, because you're the number 1 target. You know, no matter what happens, the number 1 target should be fed, should be happy. But sometimes it doesn't happen like that. You know
also,
what I'm saying?
I don't know how, like, even if they lose this game, I don't know how you can have an argument that breaks you up at 8-2. That's a weird argument that could break
you could be with the Titans that are fucking 1-19. You know what I'm saying?
And you could have not got this job at all, Hurt. So like everybody should just be happy.
Right. They paid you and nobody in the league was gonna pay you. So you know, and it's crazy that you're a great guy. You wasn't probably gonna get paid what you wanted at the time. You would have got paid eventually, but you know the Eagles helped you up.
And also to add to it, it's not like he's not well fed on a regular basis. Maybe the last couple of weeks has been a little scarce getting in the ball. Even that I don't believe is true. But like, yeah, he gets the ball. That dude's one of the leading receivers in the league this year. So if it wasn't, I think Hill's probably ahead of him because he was going nuts. But yeah, he's one of the best receivers in the league, and he gets the ball enough. What could they possibly be arguing about at 8-2? Right now they're 8-1, but if they lose this again, like I said, 8-2, what could they be arguing about that it shouldn't be able to hurt the team? If that could break that team, then they not that team.
Definitely ain't that team, man. But the team that's trying to prove that they are that team, man. Last week was number 10. They moved down to number 9, and that's the Houston Texans. They were screaming C.J. Stroud for MVP last week. I think we kind of went back into reality, man, after his game last week, man. But it's okay, though, man, because the interesting stat in the last 7 years, the Texans have produced either an offensive rookie of the year or a defensive rookie of the year. Not too crazy when you're in the top of the tops. I mean, I won't say that because I mean the Texans were previously until like 2 years ago when they let go of Watson. But yeah, I mean they produced a defensive player of the year, offensive rookie of the year, or defensive rookie of the year in the last 7 years. So that year go over there, number 8 in the rankings. Last week they were number 9. A win against Tennessee, I guess we'll get you back into the status of the top 8 at least, and that's the Jacksonville Jaguars. Sunshine, Trevor Lawrence looked better. The offense looked better in sync. You got Calvin Ridley in the fold. We mentioned him last week, saying when was the last time he did anything? I guess it was 5 weeks, long 5 weeks. But he got there. The defense of Jacksonville played great. They got Will Levis. The dance, Gregory Hines style, and a victory over the Titans.
You're stupid. I don't know why that got me, but I just pictured the commercial with Gregory Hines dancing his ass across the screen.
Number 7, the Miami Dolphins. Wasn't the offensive juggernaut they've been prior to this, but they survived the Las Vegas Strip beatdown. They beat the Raiders yesterday. Last week they was number 8. So this is basically just a jump up, sorry. And hey,
jump up.
Jalen Ramsey spotlight had a couple picks. Maybe the defense comes around, man, as the next couple weeks come around. Definitely gonna be needed as they do play some tough teams going down the stretch. Played down here. Next up, and this is because I got 10-9, 7, 6. Last week 6, no changes, and I expect that, and that's the Dallas Cowboys. Shout out to the boys on beating the Panthers this week, man. The game we're supposed to win. Deron Blando.
Man.
Yo, that kid Bland different, huh?
I told you.
He real
Coach, I got to see one live, Coach. That's the crazy shit. Yeah. I got to see one live.
Yeah,
Matt Jones' bum ass.
Hey,
but
he flashed last year in the preseason.
Yeah, he did.
And right now, they're already saying now, depending on how dates come back, it's like, Gilmore, we appreciate you. Thank you. But we set for the next couple of years with our 2 bookings right there.
Bland might already be better than Diggs.
Yeah. He's starting to get buzz for Defensive Player of the Year. He tied the NFL record for pick sixes in the season at 4.
Yeah. Who had that?
He's starting to have more touchdowns than offensive players that was noted. I heard he got more touchdowns than a few offensive players.
He got more touchdowns than a few like elite offensive players. It's bad. Nigga,
I'm hearing Trayvon Diggs make a return for the playoffs. Nah. I wish. I'm gonna just wish upon it.
For 1 week, why bother?
Number 5 on the list. Number 5 from last week. They was on vacation. No, they wasn't on vacation. They was on vacation a couple weeks ago. They winning like they still on vacation, and that's the San Francisco 49ers beat the Tampa Bay Buccaneers yesterday. Brock Purdy looked gorgeous yesterday. Talona Hafunya, star safety of the 49ers, goes down with a season-ending knee injury. They'll deal with that. The 9 away. But yeah.
I gotta share this with Will real fast.
Yeah.
So you asked who had the record, right?
Yeah.
Playing. It's prime time.
I figured that.
And it was from 94 when he was Defensive Player of the Year.
Would you look at that? House calls.
Deron Bland, Defensive Player of the Year.
I feel like Brown, the safety Brown for the Bears had like 3 or 4 1 year. Is he also on that list somewhere?
I don't see him on here.
Some of them might have been fumble returns though, so maybe not. But I remember he had like back to back.
I got it right here. So this has the most interceptions returned.
Okay.
So Dion's got the overall record, but he tied with 3 other people. Kenny Houston in 71. Casey Kearney in 72, Eric Allen in 93.
Eric Allen was nice.
He was nice.
Fast as shit.
He was. So my bad, Chuck. Didn't mean to interrupt you, sir.
Nah, you good, man. Hey, you getting Cowboy stats over here, man. It tears with my heart, man. You know what I'm saying? It's like music to my ears. So I ain't mad at it. Running down, man. Number 4. Last week they were number 4. Great win on Thursday night. Made it came at a high expense that they lose Mark Andrews for the season, and that's the Baltimore Ravens. Ugly game in Cincinnati the other night, but they remain in the top 4.
For how long though? Andrews is gone for the year.
I was saying this to Jake. I feel like likely will be a good service guy.
He's nice.
I think he'll be a good service guy.
What you talking about? I didn't hear that last.
I say likely.
Likely.
Oh, likely, yeah.
Man, he's not Andrews. Trust me, Andrews is that guy.
Yeah.
But he's been hurt. He's been injury prone. So at the same time, you've been dealing with your Baltimore Ravens. You're kind of an organization that's going to plug the next man in. And at the end of the day, man, they've dealt with injuries. Like, if there's one franchise that's sitting here, it's like, we know what it feels like for a player to be hurt. That's the Baltimore fucking Ravens.
That's true.
Usually a
that's the running back position.
Right.
I would not. You couldn't pay me double to be a running back for the Ravens, man.
That bad juju.
Or the Eli, like, Daddy, I don't want to go here.
Yeah, for real.
Number 3 on the list, and after tonight, could be number 1 or number 2, depending on how you want to play it. That's the Detroit Lions.
Yep.
Last week they were at number 3. They're 8-2. They stay hot. Dan Campbell, probably the hardest coach in football right now in terms of everything, swag, all that. He's replaced McVay. Their offense continue to bolster. Gibbs every week is showing you some things. But one thing we don't talk about often, and we need to start talking about, is their fucking receiving core. Receiving core is pretty fucking dope. Amon St. Brown is guaranteed for 100-plus yards every game. You got the young man in Jameson Williamson that's fucking starting to give flashes and shines. You got Reynolds who plays his fucking role. He's been playing his role his whole career.
That's all he's ever been, is a role player. Damn good at
it. Yeah. In the defense, had a hiccup a few weeks ago, but that defensive that front 4 is fucking stellar.
They also got the rookie, Laporta.
Laporta might Laporta.
Always open.
Yeah.
He's always open.
They have some guys over there, and they're making some noise over there in the NFC. And if any of these teams ahead of them want to falter, and there's only one team I think ahead of them, that's the Eagles, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
So if the Eagles want to fluster around and lose games like this tonight, I don't know how many games they'll play in the playoffs, but damn for sure they won't be playing in the first week. They looking at home field advantage right now, and I spoke about it earlier. They got to look at the bigger picture now. They got to start looking at, we can actually skip the divisional game, which is probably going to give us butterflies anyway, and have more butterflies in the division round, but we're in the division round and we get a week and extra time to prepare. But in all, we know that doesn't have the best luck. But this team's balling right now. Can't say nothing bad about it.
But look at this. It's a strong possibility because Detroit still has Green Bay, New Orleans, Chicago again, Denver, Minnesota, Dallas, then Minnesota.
It's a bunch of
So
winnable
possibly
games.
Bunch of winnable games. Probably the hardest task might be December 30th against Dallas. They can finish out with only one more loss. And the reason why that's huge is because Philly is on the other end of that spectrum.
It's all hard from now on.
It's all hard for them. Like Will says. They got Kansas City they're playing now. They got Buffalo. They got San Francisco. They got Dallas. They got Seattle. Then they got the Giants, the Cardinals, and the Giants.
Hold on, they got the Buffalo. They got the Bills this Sunday.
They get to moonwalk into the playoffs, though. I know that. Like them last.
They get the Bills. Hold on, they get the Bills. They get the Bills this Sunday.
They got the Bills. Yes, this Sunday.
Oh,
and San Francisco the week after that.
Oh,
but they're both home games. But I think San Francisco gonna put something on them.
Yeah.
possibly, depending how things shake out, going in December the 10th against Dallas, that can ultimately probably be for the division title that early.
It's going to be interesting, man, to see how these teams stack out. Number 2 right now, looking like the number 1 team in the league. The organization over everything, man. Kansas City Chiefs, man. They want to knock you off. They want to knock y'all off, but y'all keep coming on, man, against these teams that they think are the top teams, man, and they keep busting their asses. Shout out to that organization, man. Continue to do good things, man. You're trying to find some counterparts. Shout out to that young man, Rashid Rice. You know what I'm saying? Trying to find to acclimate himself into the offense. You know, and Patrick Mahomes, this is going to be Patrick, man. That defense, stellar this year. Stellar. We usually talk about the defense, you know, having to come play. They actually are playing this year. There's no problem there. It's kind of that's probably like the strongest side of the ball for them.
Mm-hmm.
In the offensive side. And we kind of seen the flip-flop in years prior. So shout out to that defense.
Hey, and looking at this, so it's the third quarter. Kansas City still up 17-7 with 8:59 left. First 2 possessions of the second half, the Eagles went 3 and out.
Yep.
Hey, man. Maybe they was just thinking too much. Maybe they was thinking that this is their Super Bowl again today. And maybe too early to think about that. And
shame on them and their fans for thinking we got there last year. We just gonna repeat back this year. And I'm like, first off, Hurts is more film on him now. Secondly, you lost some. Hargrove was a big loss for them on the D line. Third, you lost both coordinators.
That's the biggest part right there.
You're right, Will. That's the biggest part.
Yeah. And yet still 8-1 right now. So it's all high.
8-1.
They're doing all right for themselves. They're gonna lose tonight, though, I think. Oh, they interviewed my dog Mike Vick. Pun intended.
Shout out to my man Mike Vick. Number 1, Philadelphia Eagles. And we kind of know how this is gonna go. Matter of fact, tonight we're gonna split these rankings. Number 2, Philadelphia Eagles. Number 1, Kansas City Chiefs. Matter of fact, I'm gonna flip it again. Number 3, Philadelphia Eagles.
There you go.
Number 2, Detroit Lions. Number 1, Kansas City Chiefs. Matter of fact, I'm flip it one more time. Dallas Cowboys of all y'all motherfuckers. Get y'all out.
That's when I leave. Guys, bye, guys.
Hey, I got a question for Aaron Rodgers. Are you really coming back?
What do y'all think about that?
He ain't coming back. Aaron just wanted to keep himself in the spotlight, and we will notice this a long time ago. We all kind of noticed it, but we kind of give him the benefit of the doubt when it's that. He was just trying to put media attention on himself and fuck his team up, and he did it once again, man. He did it once again. Aaron.
I told you about this guy. I told you about the Beach Boy. I'll try to tell y'all.
The Beach Boys.
Oh, shout out to the Beach Boys. They was in Lynn. They was in Lynn this weekend. The Beach Boys was in Lynn this weekend.
That's crazy.
Yes,
that's crazy. Who's the cousin Aaron with them? Because I'm tired of hearing about this dude. My man's not even playing, trying to be on the news. Like, go away. Pack up and leave. Nobody wants to hit it. You gonna come back? All right, come back. If you come back this year, I hope he calls another zone block or whatever that play, the one that he hates with the cut block. Call the cut block and plays again. Get him hurt. Get him out of here. I'm done with Aaron. I'm over it. This is how everybody else felt about Brady from the outside, except no winning.
That's true.
None at all.
I'm done.
None at all.
I'm done with him.
It's going to be very interesting, man, as this NFL season continues to go down, man. And the only way you can catch stuff that you ain't going to catch on regular TV, see if you tap into the play call sheet, man. You know what I'm saying? And, hey, if you're feeling froggy on a Monday, you want to jump, ask for an invite. Shout-outs tonight for this lovely show.
Shout out to you, brothers, man. Y'all make it fun as always. First day back from PTO. Was looking forward to tonight's show. I'm mashing to get to the house, man. It was great. I enjoyed it. Again, shout out to La Familia down in South Texas. Y'all always show us love. Appreciate you. Shout out to you, brothers, man. Y'all keep doing your thing, man. Much love for y'all.
Absolutely. Appreciate y'all, man. This is always fun. we're gonna keep getting better at it too. That's what I like about it. And yeah, shout out to everybody in the chat. Shout out to the brand. But yeah, see you tomorrow for the chickity chop up.
Shout out to everybody. Shout out to you guys. Shout out to the Charlotte Hornets as well for fucking beating the Celtics tonight. Shout out to the motherfucking Hornets. Shout out to LaMelo Ball, baby. Triple B, baby. Put 36 on their head. What y'all talking about? I heard, Taysom Jason went for 45.
45, but he missed the free throw that would have tied the game with like 1 second left, basically. Yeah, so he needed 46, and he only had 45.
Nigga hoisted 15 threes tonight. I mean, he hit 50% of them just about, but shit, that's too much.
My man shooting like he Curry out there.
Jaylen Brown need to fix it up, man. Overall, man, shout out to everybody that tuned in tonight, man. Remember, like, share, subscribe, man. You know, we're all social media platforms. We're all podcast platforms. But, you know, hit the subscribe button on the YouTube, man, STWF TV, man. And we'll be even more happier. So,
you want to take us out, too?
Oh, snap. Take us out tonight. Hey, remember, guys, in this world, man, you know, we have black, white, and vanilla. White, black, and strawberry. Sorry, flavor. You know what I'm saying? We're going to go with the original Napoleon, and we're going to Sammy Sosa out this motherfucker. Sammy Sosa!
With nothing.
Find this podcast and others on STWF TV, the podcasting network, wherever you get podcasts.